Good morning, it's Gary Robinson, horseracingaustralia.info. One of the interesting things is I'm going to show you an excerpt from Racing Pays More. Did it a long time ago. If you want to order it, you just click on the bookshop there to order it. Anyway, we'll click that off because we will go to the text now. And a lot of people ask me about the Cplan, so I've gone right back to the source. And I had three plans here. One was called A, one was called B, one was called C, but the C is the one that most people know about, also maybe not too sure about. So what I'm saying is, what about Plan C? So Plan C is a late inclusion in the book because I've been thinking about it for some time. So thinking that the favourite is a better bet simply because it's a win-form top two rated horse. We should get a superior strike rate for the top two if we also include the other horse, right? So if the favourite is the top rated horse and we include the second rated horse, and the top rated as favourite wins about 40% of the time, then perhaps the second rated favourite, the second rated win form horse could win 10%. So we get a strike rate of about 50% if we back both horses. So it's very interesting to see that. So what we did, we actually went and had a look, and we found, looking through the database, that over 677 such races, 337 wins, about 50%, as you would expect. It made a profit of $300 and a profit percent of 4.6%. Nothing wrong with that. So we were getting where we thought, but not enough profit. So then we eliminated favourites that were above $4 in the market. They were bad value, and that turned out to be the case. So basically, if we had favourites that were over $4 in the two runners, then we had 94 races, 27 wins, and a loss of 23.5%. Now that's an absolutely huge difference. So clearly, as I said in the book, those races should be avoided, even though they remain good betting races as part of our A plan. Not that that would worry you, that's elsewhere in the book. Where favourites was less than $2 proved hard to beat because many of the races were poor value. So betting two horses are paying less than 20% because the favourite firms much more than other horses. Sometimes you'd back a winner in those races and end up losing money. So happened 120 times in that section. So 74 wins, a profit of minus $65, which is minus 5.4%. So what we ended up left with is the races where we were actually making money, and that turned out to be 465 of those races, 238 wins, and a profit of 13%. Now, betting against favourites in sprint races was not so good a strategy. So we said, what would our Cplan results be like if we applied the same rules to these selections, that is, left out sprint races? And here we found that the final result was 254 wins for 100 races for 137 wins and a profit of 18.9%. So now we had a strike rate of 54% and a healthy 19% profit. So we didn't have to worry too much about losing streaks. And the win form top two in favourite was strong enough to make a profit on sprint races of about 6%, but stick to what works best. The other thing we did, we left out races on heavy tracks, and long term, favourites don't have a great record in those conditions. So there's the C plan for you. Now, what are you going to do if you don't have win form? Okay, not a problem. Now, the reason for that is because we get similar results if you look at example at, say, Sky Ratings, which are available for free in your TAB app. So when you get in your TAB app, all you've got to do is click on, and you can have the list of the selections in the race, usually the top four, by form, or by the Sky Rating, or by popular opinion. Anyway, so the same thing would apply, but what we found was, with the Sky Ratings, yes, you got the appropriate strike rate, no problem at all. What happened is, because the second rated horse in Sky Ratings is likely to be a lot shorter price than the other rated horse in win form ratings. So win form ratings in the top two would average around $5.60, but the top two in, say, Sky ratings are probably only about $4. Nevertheless, it gives you something good to look at. Just have a look at the top two rated horses in Sky ratings, which is available for free on your TAB app. Or if you've got the win form ratings, have a look at the top two in the win form ratings and apply those things. And there you've got a Cplan which actually works, especially when you can take around and take the best of starting price or tote. There are a couple out there pay you the best of starting price or tote plus 3% on top of the winnings as a bonus, if you like. And of course, with VicBet, you can get top fluctuation on almost any race. So that's what I have to say for the moment. And I'm just going to flick that off now and to go back to our site. And here we are. Never know if the internet is working. We might actually get to see it. There we go. So don't forget the Professional Punter's Diary. It's free to look at. And in here today, we looked at one particular selection. It was Northern Race 3, number 1. We get a 40% strike rate with that one if it starts favourite. So just click on read more and you can see what it is. That's Northern Race 3, number 1. If it starts favourite, it's got a really, really good chance for winning. If it starts at a longer price, not so much. Thanks for watching. I'll be continuing on with more excerpts from Racing Pays More. The next one will actually be one you will want to see, and it explains parlays. Good luck. Thanks for watching.